I'm just kidding, you guys. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you sit through another Pennywise tutorial. I put a lot of effort into that thumbnail. Don't worry about it. Today we're gonna be doing a really pretty, kind of like glamorous, super unique mermaid look. Just kidding, bitch! Pennywise, your worst nightmare. Before we really get into this is Haida. She's the newest addition to the family. And this video is going to be a voiceover because we're just crate training her, and she had some stuff to say about that while I was filming, so it's gonna be a voiceover for that reason. Goodbye. Yep. This is happening. It's happening. We're doing Pennywise. It's just, you know, it's Halloween 2017, baby. This is what we got for you. And it's all we got for you. Just to let you know, this video is sponsored by Bioderma, so thank you Bioderma for sponsoring me. Thank you to you guys for supporting me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just jump right into it. Okie dokie. So to start this off, we're gonna be using the Bioderma Sensibio Light Moisturizer, and I'm gonna be putting this all over my face and neck. It's formulated for sensitive skin, which is great because my skin has been super sensitive to anything with, you know, fragrance and all that kind of stuff since I've been on this medication for my acne. And this is also going to act as a barrier for when we go in with our cream makeup. I'm using the Makeup Forever white stick, and I'm putting this all over my face, ears, and neck, just anything that's going to be visible. And then I'm going in with the Tartist Pro palette, and I'm going to start sketching out our eye. So I'm going to be doing kind of like a smoky V, and then I'm also shading underneath the beginning of my brow to sort of make it look a little bit angrier. And then I'm basically just going to be doing a lot of shading and blending with various colors today, just kind of building up that depth in our crease and adding in a little bit more color and all that good stuff. Just deepening up the crease here. Applying a little bit of eyeshadow underneath the eye, and then I'm blending the whole eye look out with pink. I like that this makes it look kind of like irritated and demonic and, you know, all that good stuff. Here I am sketching out my secondary set of eyes. I kind of liked in the movie that at one point Pennywise opened its mouth and it had kind of like these crazy ass teeth, and I sort of liked the idea of playing on that and having a second set of eyes instead of a second set of teeth. You know what I'm getting at? You know, it's what I was going for. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I know that there's a ton of Pennywise tutorials out this Halloween, so this was just kind of my fun little spin on it. So to do the eyes, I'm basically just sketching everything out and then replicating the look that we did on our actual eyes. And then I just kind of keep adding in that shading and that depth. I'm taking a black eyeshadow here and just kind of really sketching out and trying to hollow out those eyes and make them look a little bit more 3D so that they don't look so flat. And then I'm adding in my tear duct. And then we're going ahead and shading the eyes. So you definitely don't want to leave the eye a pure white, just because our eyes aren't typically pure white and they cast more gray than anything, just because of, you know, lighting, and it's shaded by our brows and our eyelashes and all that stuff. So I'm just adding in a little bit of shading. And then I'm taking a red pencil and I'm just drawing that over some different areas in the eyes, just kind of like the inner corners and along the inner rim. And then on top of the lid as well, just to really start to carve out that eye as well. I'm starting to sketch out the iris, and to start, I just used kind of like a light shadow so that I could make sure where I was going to put everything. And then I went in with a bluish shadow, trying to match my eye color a little bit. And I just really spent some time shading and adding some depth there, popping on a pupil, doing some winged liner. You know, this is a glamorous Pennywise, we don't mess around. And then this is where it gets weird, just popping some lashes onto my eyes. All of the eyes are getting eyelashes. I decided to double up my lashes on my real eyes because I didn't feel like they were adding enough impact, and the secondary set of eyes were kind of showing me up. Here I'm just covering the end of my brow with a little bit of that white cream foundation that we used all over the face, and I just did this to kind of hide the tail end so that we could really go in and sketch out that brow and make it a little bit higher and more lifted than I normally do my brows. I didn't want it to be like crazy. I didn't want to be covered necessarily because this is obviously more of a pretty Pennywise than anything, so that's just what I did. Now we are sketching out the lines that go up the face and through the eyes, and I just took the same shadows that I used on my eyes for this, and I used my eye and my fake eye to line it up, and I tried to line it up with the outside edge of my iris. Then I'm just going through with a kind of small fluffy blending brush, and I'm just diffusing that color a little bit and making it look almost more irritated. And I just keep adding more and more depth to those lines. And then I'm gonna go over the lips. I decided that I wanted to do them kind of like blown out looking. So I'm just taking a pink shadow first, and I'm blending that over my lips with a little blending brush. And then I'm going to go in with a kind of liquid lipstick, and I'm taking a blending brush again, and I am buffing that out. Don't, for the love of God, please don't apply a full lip and then try and blend it out. Just apply it in small little dots. Even here, I applied too much, and then I was having trouble blending it out. I had too much on my brush, so I kind of had to keep going back and forth with clean brushes and the original one that I used. Doing the same technique for my nose because I kind of liked that sort of messy texture. If you guys watched the new movie, the Pennywise makeup is quite textured and all that kind of stuff, so I just went in and added the nose with the same kind of texture with that blending brush. Then I'm just adding some finishing touches to the second eyes. I just took some white eyeliner and added in some little sparkles, you know. Then I took a mini pencil brush, and I'm just kind of dotting on that shadow that we used in our crease because I wanted to add sort of that grungy texture back in, and I thought that it sort of helped to balance the look as well because with the two eyes it just needed something else. So that is the finished look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked my take on Pennywise, but now it's time to take it all off, baby. So I'm slicking my hair back. Taking those lashes off. And then I'm gonna go in with the Bioderma Sensibio wipes. I like these because they don't have a really strong fragrance to them, and they're also formulated for sensitive skin. As I was talking about earlier, I've just been, you know, dealing with these breakouts and this medication, so it's been really nice just using stuff that's a little bit easier on my skin and not so harsh. So I just take the majority of my makeup off with this and toss it away. And then I'm going to use the Bioderma Sensibio H2O micellar water. Obviously, you guys have heard about this. Everybody uses it. Everybody loves it. And I just use that to take off the remainder of my makeup, especially my lash glue and all that stuff. And that's it. No need to cleanse your face after this. You're all good to go. You can go ahead and put on your other skincare. And that's everything, guys. Thanks so much. So that is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something cool today. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.